Good morning and welcome to Fort Seller Elementary School. This is your principal, Mr. Lynn, and I hope that you had a wonderful weekend. Today is Monday, April 12th, 2021. It is day 3. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, I want to invite you, as I always do, to participate in the Mindful Minute. The Mindful Minute is a good way to get yourself to notice the here and the now. What is actually going around you? And there are blessings to be found, and I encourage you to find them, observe them, notice them, and savor them. And in paying attention to what's around us right now and noticing everything that is around us that we would normally just pass on by without even realizing, that also asks us to let go of the past, like the weekend, and let go of the future, like what's going to happen 20 minutes from now or even tomorrow. What only matters is this present moment. It's the only moment that you have any control over. So I encourage you to, enjoy it. So let's go ahead and get ourselves started. Let's use our eyes, look around your environment, and find one thing that is interesting to you. And just study it, look at it. Observe it, consider its colors, its shapes, its size, even what kinds of shadows it makes. And then take a breath in with your nose. What do you smell? Yeah. And then with your skin, notice what is around you. What does your skin feel? Whether it's the temperatures or the textures of the clothing on you. And finally, silently pause and listen. And figure out what those sounds are that you are now realizing because you're finally paying attention. All right, I'm going to choose a breathing technique to practice today. You can choose a breathing technique that you have also practiced or one that you've developed as we move on. I'm going to close my eyes, but you don't have to. Let's go ahead and take our first breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. By now you should know this is the smelling of the flower. And as you breathe out, the blowing out of the candle, nice and slowly. As you continue to breathe in, notice how that air flows in through your nose into your belly. Notice how your belly expands and deflates as you let that air out through your mouth. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, allow your body to settle into your chair, realizing the entire weight of your body as gravity pulls you down to earth. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, allow your chest to relax and also your shoulders. Now turn your attention inwards towards yourself as you breathe in. As you breathe out, wiggle your 10 toes, notice them. Notice the rest of your feet and your ankles. Put a spotlight on your knees. As you breathe in, notice your hips. Notice your belly as it expands once again like a balloon. And as you breathe out, notice your lower back and your upper back and your shoulders. Breathe in. Notice how your chest rises and expands as well. As you breathe out, notice your arms, both of them, both elbows, both forearms, and your wrists and your hands. And finally, as you breathe in, notice that neck of yours and that head too. And as you breathe out, shine a spotlight on what feelings you brought to school today. Sit with them. Identify and figure out what those feelings are as you breathe out. Breathe in. Allow those feelings in. Don't push them away. Don't worry about them being unpleasant or pleasant feelings. As you breathe out, be kind to yourself and to your feelings and let them tell you what they need to tell you so that it wouldn't have to push back on you as you try to keep it out. Let it in. Take one more breath in and a breath out. Now, in a moment, you'll hear a bell or a chime. Listen to it as it gets quieter and quieter. And when you can't hear it anymore, you may then open your eyes and awaken to the world that is around you. Welcome to a new day right here at the fort where you are loved, where you're cared for, and where we want you to succeed. Now, whether you have a great day or not, that's ultimately your choice. So, choose wisely, work at it, and yes, enjoy the rewards. At this moment, please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You could go ahead and take a seat. I want to thank you for joining me. The mindful minute's a good way to get yourself healthy, right? We've talked about how it's good to just let go of the past and the future, but really what you're doing too is allowing your mind some peace, and that's a healthy thing. All right. Now, here at the school, we have three expectations. Number one, show that you're respectful to others as well as to yourself. Being respectful to yourself shows integrity. You want to do things even when nobody else is looking. You want to do the right things, right? Even if everyone else is doing the wrong thing, are you brave enough to do the right thing? If you're the only person in the whole wide world, are you able to do that? That's called respecting yourself. And it's not easy sometimes, but I encourage you to practice that. Same thing with responsibility. Are you ready to show responsibility? Be responsible with your hands, with your feet, with the words that come out of your mouth. Sometimes you might enjoy sitting in a small group with your teacher, but maybe you're in a whole group with the rest of your class and you haven't gotten that attention. Are you okay with that? Can you be okay? Can you allow yourself that grace and peace and say, that's fine, I'll have my attention later? Are you able to be respectful and responsible and taking care of other people? Being a hero in other people's lives, right? Being a hero in other people's lives is kind of a goal that I have every day. And it starts with little kind things that I do, but it also includes things like telling people I like them just the way they are. And finally, show that you're ready. Are you ready for class? Are you ready to enjoy class? Are you ready with the materials? Are you responsible with them? Are you ready to show readiness and respect and responsibility, not just in the classroom, but also in the hallways, in the cafeteria, outside at recess even in specials? Are you able to do that? I encourage you to. And don't forget, in the month of April, we are spotlighting the character trait of perseverance. That means 3 words. Don't give up. That's it. It's easy to do when it's something you want to do. What if it's something you don't want to do? Maybe it's something you do want to do, but it's gotten hard, right? You going to give up? Or are you going to give yourself that grace to say, yes, it is challenging. It is hard. I am struggling. But I'm not going to give up. Okay? So practice perseverance, practice integrity, practice tolerance, practice all of those different character traits we've spotlighted all year. Now, before we sign off, I want to tell you something that I feel like every kid in this whole world needs to hear from someone who cares for them, and that is this. I love you, and I like you just the way you are. I challenge you to find a friend, maybe someone who's a kid, but maybe not a friend yet, grown up even, your teachers or one of our parents, or even Mr. Lin. And I encourage you to do what you always do really well. Every day I get it from you guys. I like you just the way you are. Can't wait to see you guys around. Let's make it a great start to the week.